scores! After taking game one, the North York Rangers certainly have the lead in their favor and the series in their favor. We'll head into game two to see if the Marlboros can tie this one up. It's Blake and Sammy bringing this one to you right now. It's Marlboros versus Rangers.
That's right, and the Marlboros, they almost had it in the first game. We didn't get that one for you guys, but we were watching, and it could have gone either way. It was an overtime win for the Rangers in which they just got the edge, and they really showed how deep of a team they can be.
Definitely a tight game, to say the least, but it was the Rangers who pulled ahead, and they'll look to pull ahead again. And that will come at the hands of Brady Nolan, getting the start in net for day number 5-0, trying to lead his team to a 2-0 series lead, trying to prevent that elimination game from happening. It will be Noah Marvin, number 67, getting the start for the Marlboros. He's going to try to play good in between the pipes and stop the Rangers offense from scoring some more.
Yeah, it's a big-time game for the Marlboros. Either they tie it up, anyone's series, it's now a best of three, or they go down forced to win 3 straight games. They have the offense and the capabilities to get the puck by Nolan, but it's up to Brady to stop the door.
Yeah, you know what? It's also going to be up to the Rangers to get it past Noah Marvin. And who's the guy that you think might do that tonight?
I like Jacob Bolche. You know, he doesn't show on the score sheet as much as his counterparts like Cameron Warren or Brady Smith. But what Jacob Bolche does as an undersized player is just bring the puck into the zone. He's creative. He's quick. He does the little things that the naked eye might not notice. He takes the puck away a lot, especially in the neutral zone. You see him driving through. Sometimes it's so fast our camera doesn't even catch it, but a lot of the turnovers created in the neutral zone in game one and just all throughout this playoffs and season are because of 19, because of Jacob Bolche.
And for the Marlboros, it's going to be more of a superstar you're looking to step up here.
Pierce Bowie, let's go. It's time to shine. You're one of the best players on the team. You and Adam Valentini are the duo. You are one of the best duos in the league. It's time to show it. Pierce Bowie is a phenomenal player. He is a player that can do just about anything. You know, if this were a video game and he had a certain amount of XP, it would be 99 on just about every category. So he's got to show that tonight.
He had a great postseason start to the Toronto Titans, and he'll look to try to continue that and replicate it against the against the Rangers in game 2 right now. But it's a total team effort, and for both teams, they got to bring a lot of factors that you are striving out for them on the table.
Yeah, we'll start with the Rangers. Hotley's, Travago. What does that mean? I don't know, but Charlie Hotley's, he's a great player. Hotels, Travago, try to have some fun with that one because we're having fun watching these games. Charlie Hotley's, he's a solid player. He scores those Yammer Yager late career-esque goals where he's just in the right place, right time, makes the right decisions, and the stats, they follow. And that's a good key player to have on your team. He can score big goals in big moments. Secondly, face-off circles. Simple. You got to win more face-offs. You can't allow the Marlboros to take control of the puck because when they get control of the puck, they can move it around. They can create dangerous opportunities. They can draw penalties, and their power play is not something you want to face off against. Thirdly, skate like a Range Rover. What does that mean? It means, here we go, skate fast. Simple as that. Skate to every loose puck. Move fluidly throughout the zone. Try not to overcomplicate the way you're entering the zone. Just go in smooth, fast, and you'll create the offense you want to create.
Range Rover, Rangers. Nice puns there from Sammy Brzezowski. And like the Marlboros trying to continue their offense that they set out in the first round, you're going to set out some more and continue some more of your puns for them and their keys to the game.
That's right. I love the Marlboros. I think they're a great team. And on the Marlboros is my Valentine, Adam Valentini. He is a fantastic player. He's going to go very high in the OHL priority selection draft. Any team will want a guy like Valentini on their roster because he can do exactly what Pierce Bowie does. It's like there's two superstars out there, and there is. So he'll have to come out and really show that superstar legend status in this one. Secondly, Men in Black. Men in Black have this thing. I don't know if you've seen the movie. No spoilers. It's an old movie. They have a little thing that can erase the memories. And that's what they need to do. They need to erase the memories of game one. That game's over. It's over with. You can't change the past. You need to erase it. You're down 1-0. Think about this game. Think about game two. Now, finally, you've heard of Bad and Bougie. You got to be Bad and Bowie. Once again, I'm just really reinstating the fact that it is up to the Marlboros superstars. It's up to Valentini and it's up to Pierce Bowie to get TMB going.
And you know what? That and Bowie is a great pun from the group Migos. You know what? We're going to have to let us go here as we get to game 2 right now. Etobicoke Ice Sports is the site for this semifinal matchup between the Toronto Marlboros and the North York Rangers. It's going to be the Battle of the Blues, but not tonight. The Rangers are wearing their red uniforms. We'll surely see that later on in the series, but for now, we have a great matchup in this game 1 of the series. I'm Blake Hanlon, joined by Sammy Brzezowski. These two teams, they battle hard. They were at the top of the league. They're now facing off in the semifinals. What's going to happen, Sammy?
Well, I'm not sure what's going to happen, but what I do know, Blake, is that we have a battle of the Titans. We have a lot of strong offensive players on our eyes tonight. Just to mention a couple of them, we got Weston Cameron. Of course, you got Pierce Bowie and Adam Valentini. And then for the Rangers, of course, there's Balchi, there's Challenger, and there is Brady Smith. So I think the stars will really come out tonight. It's the semifinals. Both these guys, they want to book that trip to the finals. They want to book that trip to what they've been working towards all year.
And you mentioned the players, the skaters out on the ice, but for the goaltenders, we also have some great players in the net tonight. Brady Noling will get the start for the North York Rangers. And for the Marlboros, Noah Marvin will be getting the start in this one. Presumably, we'll see Grovstein and Kaison Wang getting into some action later on in the series. But for now, those are the guys. But also, we also want to mention that in Game 1, the Rangers took the victory, and we weren't able to bring that to you due to some technical difficulties. And, yeah, so the Rangers are to actually have a 1-0 series lead against the Marlboros.
Yeah, that's right. They won that game 3-2 in overtime. It was a thrilling matchup. So now the Marlboros, they have their backs kind of against the wall. They're on the brink of elimination, but seeing as they are only down by 1, it feels like a fresh start for them, a new arena, and some new jerseys for them to get going.
As the Marlboros bring it into the zone now, but the Rangers are able to shut that one down. The Rangers tried to get it up the center of the ice here. They elect to go to launch, and a big hit there by number 77, Luca Bonomo, knocking him down and also staring him down, stepping over him, letting him know what's for business.
Yeah, and Bonomo, he's kind of done that all throughout this season. He's a big guy, and 77 isn't afraid to use that size to not only gain a physical advantage in getting the puck out of his zone, making a defensive play, but also that mental game as well, being a presence on the ice. If players are scared to go through Bonomo, they might take a different route. They might take a less efficient path to the net, and that's just smart hockey. That's high IQ plays from him. And we'll definitely see more of that throughout this series and if they move on throughout the rest of the playoffs.
His mere presence invokes fear into his enemies, similar to Batman, you could say out there. I don't know if he is wearing the dark black or blue that the Dark Knight wears, but he is certainly that figure. As a shot there over to Marvin, it's stopped aside there on the backhand. Trying to get it out of the zone now is Caden Edwards. He'll look to wrap that around over to his defense. His defense is able to send it down the length of the ice. It will be an icing, and it won't meet the stick of a Marlboros forechecker. It will have it back towards Noah Marvin's end in favor for the Rangers.
Yeah, and the Marlboros, they got to find a way to connect their passes a little bit more. One thing that we thought was their strength, and we know is their strength, is their ability to move up the ice and get a cycle going in the offensive zone. They have a lot of great facilitators on their team. But I think the Rangers have done a good job at kind of pressuring them in all three zones, in the neutral, defensive, and offensive zones. So their passes haven't been quite up to par or quite up to what the Marlboros standards are. So I think if they want to take a win against the North York Rangers, they have to start tightening those passes up, maybe look for the more simple play.
Definitely looking to simplify the game of hockey. Sometimes you do too much, and you're not able to create out there thinking more than you should be doing. Instinct is always on the forefront. The Rangers trying to get it out of the zone now after a quick little dump in by the Marlboros. Jude Bray tries to get it up to the center ice to Weston Cameron, but he's unable to do that. And another big hit there, thrown on the ice there. Goodness gracious me, the physicality stepping up there. That loose puck almost gets to the net by Brady Noling, but a good job from the Marlboros to get that one out, and they'll push it through the zone now. Deep behind the net now. Gets it in front to number 22, Caden Brand, but he's unable to get a stick on that one on his backhand, and he's knocked over by some Rangers defensemen. He'll elect to get back to Bray. Bray shot blocked by Noling. He sends it aside, and he'll have his Rangers teammates pick it up. The Marlboros still have it, though. Up against the boards, getting pinned, double teaming the Marlboros. As Frasca's unable to keep it in, he'll regroup, send it over to Bray as his forwards will go for a change. Valentini, Bowie out on the ice there. Valentini streaming towards the net. Shot there, stopped by Nolan. He stops that aside. They're breaking off the angle. Pierce Bowie falls down, but the Marlboros generating momentum here. Jake DeCapo, a nice chance there for Bowie, wrapping that one around. He almost had DeCapo at the form, but he elected to get to himself. Kept in still by the Marlboros. Wrap around the boards there. That is Kukevez up against the boards. Kukevez gets it over to Zhang. Zhang hits up the middle of the ice there. He drops it over to Kukevez. Kukevez's shot is wide and is blocked away, and the Rangers will turn it the other way. The Rangers here up along the right-hand side. They center down in front. Shot there, stopped by Noah Marvin. That centering pass there was stopped. Kiemelman had a great opportunity, but Marvin turns it aside. A good chance there for the Marlboros. The Rangers were better at the hands of, or the Marlboros were better. My apologies there. By Noah Marvin, my apologies.
That's right, Marvin with a big save. And really, we're seeing a lot of back and forth in this game. We saw that in Game 1 as well. Well, me and you saw that in Game 1. It was a real indication of how the game can really flip-flop. You know, you saw Valentini breaking towards the net, a great chance there onto Brady Noling, and then you saw Kiemelman streaming towards the net not 30 seconds later with an amazing chance on to Noah Marvin. So it just shows you how fast these players can move up the ice, how quick these teams can move in transition, and why this series has been and will be so exciting to watch.
Definitely going to be an exciting series to watch. As Sammy said, these two teams are destined for greatness. It was also kind of an upset victory for the Rangers in Game 1. The Marlboros are very highly touted. Of course, when you have the dynamic duo of Pierce Bowie and Adam Valentini, they performed majestically in the quarterfinal series, especially Pierce Bowie leading the GTHL in scoring after the first round. Shot there. It's turned aside by Noah Marvin. He's really stepped up here. Shot from the point there is blocked. A great block there. Great defense there by the Marlboros from a William Garrett shot from the point.
Yeah, Caden Edwards getting the body in the way. And Edwards, he was a great facilitator in the first round as well. He's kind of one of those underappreciated heroes that just moves the puck well, makes that strong first pass. But putting his body on the line to block that shot from the point, that just really shows you how dedicated this Marlboros team is, how dedicated any player on one of these GTHL U16 AAA teams are. They just want the win very badly, and they'll sacrifice the body in order to do so.
Marlboros take it in now. They are sacrificing their bodies, and that's something you have to do in the playoffs instead of the regular season. Perhaps that opportunity there, Edwards may not block the shot there, but every shot on net matters in the playoffs. Every game matters, every second matters, every second counts.
Yeah, and that block shot actually goes a long way, because for the scouts watching this and for coaches watching this, they realize this guy is bought into this team. He wants the team to win. He is a hard worker and a winner, and that goes a long way. You know, you can score as many goals as you like, but those kind of intangibles, they get noticed at the higher levels. They get noticed in OHL drafts, in junior, and in further levels of hockey.
It's not about just your game. It's also about your personality.
Exactly.
You'd say personality is what everyone's looking for out there. As that puck will also go out of play and will be declared. Another face-off to the right of Noah Marvin. The Rangers will look to regroup here, and it'll be Cameron Warren taking the draw. Cameron Warren ties up the Marlboro center, and they'll able to win the draw there. Over to DeBossi at the point. DeBossi shot on net there, just wide of Marvin's glove. That will be cycled around, and the Marlboros look to get it up through the neutral zone now, dumping it into the zone. Around the boards now, the Rangers are able to recoup it. It'll go over to Bray. Bray keeps it in and drops it over to Brand. Caden Brand also wraps it around, but it looks like it'll be scooped up by the Rangers, and they'll look to turn it the other way. That pass does not meet, though, and it'll be kept in, and the Marlboros able to get it back towards them, but it actually will be an offside. I spoke too soon there. There will be an offside right in front of the Rangers bench, presumably.
Yeah, and we've seen a lot of just play throughout the neutral zone, and not a lot of sustained offensive zone pressure from either team. It's just been a lot of fast break opportunities, and we kind of expected that, right? You and I were talking after the first game about how these teams just have so much speed and so much drive to bring it towards the net and so much creativity that they don't necessarily need to have that long presence inside the zone. They can just move and create chances at the drop of a hat.
offense out of nowhere. I mentioned earlier on in the season, hockey is a 10-cent game because it can flip on a dime. That can happen at any point. And a player who did that quite a lot was Pierce Bowie in the series. We'll look to see if he's able to continue that in the semifinals. Knocking down there, the Rangers fall down their chance, unable to be converted there. And the Marlboros will recover and get the puck up through the zone, but it looks like that will also be an icing. So we'll go back over to the Rangers offensive zone, and Marvin will have to step up once again.
Yeah, and we talk about Pierce Bowie. Just to backtrack a little bit, he was our player to watch in this game, and in the quarterfinals, he was certainly the MVP for the Marlboros and really for the whole of the quarterfinals. I mean, he had 4 goals in one game. You don't see that often. He was just putting the puck in the back of the net, just filling the net, and doing a great job at doing so. Just not even scoring necessarily like majestic, magical goals that we've seen him score. They were just right place, right time. So we'll see if he can make an impact and try to get his team doing what they did in the quarterfinals, carrying them to a win.
You could say you hit him with the 4. Maybe not like Austin Matthews, but with Pierce Bowie, as he did have 4 goals in one game. Very majestical performance there from Pierce, as that puck will be sent out of play into the bench there, and it will be back in the Rangers zone. The Rangers electing to go with a different jersey tonight that we saw in the first game. They typically wear that New York Ranger style of the letter across, the font across, that is so iconic. But this one, definitely interesting.
Yeah, interesting is a good word for it. I mean, I never get too heavy into jersey debates, but I think all the North York Rangers players care about is their product on the ice. And so far, they've been playing a decent game. Haven't been able to break into the Marlboros end as much as they probably would have liked to, but I'm sure that can turn around with the likes of Lombardi, Balchi, Garrett, Smith, Challenger. I could keep going, but we got a game to call.
And they're still making Noah Marvin competitive in this game so far. He's had to step up and make a couple saves here, but it has been a stalemate, neck and neck, balanced as all things should be, as I like to say, as they'll keep it in the Marlboro zone, trying to generate some offense here. But that puck will actually be called dead, as I think the net got dislodged once again. You see the referee going over, give it a little kick, give it a little fix, stepping up, making an impact on the ice other than just officiating the game, making sure the ice is right with the net.
Absolutely, just really getting things going, really just taking control of the game, as the Rangers may start doing here. They've had it in the Marlboro zone for a little bit. They're starting to get a cycle, an offensive zone face-off. It's good movement and good pressure from North York.
It is good movement and good pressure. Back out to the point there, shot wide of Noah Marvin, and the Marlboros will look to get it out of the zone. The Rangers keep it in, though, or on the right-hand side. Back over to the point, shot there. Is just a little bit wide. Rebound, shot, scores! Charlie Hotleys opens the scoring this first game of the semifinals for the Rangers. Assisted by Burley and Tyler Challenger after the shot from the point from Burley. And it's 1-0 for the North York Rangers.
And what a smart play by Hotleys to get on the right side and jump on that rebound. No one was covering Hotleys after a great save from Noah Marvin with the pad, but he kicked it out right to Hotleys. Hotleys wasted no time, hammered that one home from the odd angle, and that is just so present of what the playoffs is all about, scoring those high IQ goals, just throwing anything you can on the net, jumping on every rebound, and a great job from Hotleys in really demonstrating that mantra and really just throwing anything he can. What a smart play, and he's gifted with a goal.
Referee had his arm up in the air here. We'll check and see if there's a penalty on the play. We'll have to wait and see. It looks like there might be a penalty coming towards the North York Rangers. We'll have to wait and see if who's getting in the box right now, but I believe it may be William Garrett spending some time in the sin bin. Like you said, Charlie Hotleys has gotten the North York Rangers to a hot start in this one. Similarly to the series lead, they're up 1-0.
That's right. Charlie bit the Marlboros finger, if you will. And now the Marlboros, this would be a big-time moment for them to step up, tie the game as a good response. And we've seen their power play be so efficient throughout the season, throughout the playoffs, and I'm sure they will rely on number 21 there, Pierce Bowie. We'll see if Valentini can get involved in the mix as well.
Valentini and Bowie are definitely the players to watch. We have Bowie with our player to watch tonight, but they kind of come as a package duo. You get one, you get the other, and that is the type of play style that they have with their companionship. My apologies, by the way. It was not Garrett going to the penalty box. It must have been Matthew Burley, who will spend his time in the sin bin. The numbers are a little bit fuzzy to watch out there, but we'll have to keep an eye out to make sure that it's better as the game goes on. As the centering pass there over to Jude Bray, stepping up for his position, isn't met through, but he still keeps the puck on his stick. Shot there, nabbed by Noling, stacking that in the glove. Jude Bray looking to get a goal of his own. He had a great quarterfinal series, not only just offensively, but defensively as well.
Yeah, and he had quite the task as he was primarily set and lined up against the Markham Majors #1 guy, Brady Wasselin. And Wasselin can be quite the task, like I said, quite the challenge to guard, if you will. And he did his best. Jude Bray, Wasselin's a very talented player, a very skillful player, and he did get on the board. But there were a couple key moments where Bray really shut him down, and that's what he needed to do in order to get the win in the series. And they did end up sweeping the Markham Majors after a hard-fought battle. We saw a lot of offense and defense from number 54.
Giveaway almost there at the blue line. The Rangers aren't able to convert there, dumping that puck into the zone. The Marlboros have possession with Frasca at the point. He'll drop it over to the right-hand side. Shot on net there. Chance here for Bowie. Bowie, nice save there from Nolan to get across and use that shoulder to get that to the side in the corner there. The Rangers looking to get this out, but it'll go over to Frasca at the point. Frasca. Bowie sends it across. A nice save there from Nolan once again from Valentini's shot at the top of the key. It'll be sent out by the Rangers. A great clear. Frasca was unable to knock that one down. And a good job from the Rangers to try to kill off this penalty with only seconds remaining.
Yeah, and what a smart pass there from Valentini, as we almost saw a turnover there from Noling. But I like Valentini's opportunity there. He saw Bowie down low. Instead of making a more simple pass and a more obvious pass, it looked like he was going for the shot, and even fooled both of us up here in the broadcast booth. We were like, okay, he'll try to rip one from the point, and all of a sudden it redirects over to Pierce Bowie, and Bowie almost put that one home. We've seen them two connect a lot. We talked about in the major series how those two may be one of the best duos in the entire league, aside from Blake Hanlon and Sammy Brzozowski, of course.
Yeah, definitely. I only got around a 68 in chemistry, but they have 100 in chemistry so far this season. I think we have 100 chemistry as well. These four of us are really good at exhibiting that. Shot there, stopped by Nolan. He's really had to step up in the last few minutes here. Also, I would like to notice it's 5-on-5. We're back to even strength in this one. The Rangers, a great way to kill off the penalty after some chances from Bowie and Valentini and the rest of the Marlboros. They'll look to extend their lead further before this first period ends. The Marlboros trying to get up the ice now to the stick of Caden Edwards. Caden Edwards drops it in, and he's trying to get the stick of Jake DeCapo. But it will be sent back towards the Marlboros defense. Carrying up to the neutral zone now. Hands it off over to DeCapo. DeCapo, Bowie's back on the ice. Bowie gets knocked down there, but he still dumps it in. Bowie, shot there is nabbed by Nolan off the glove, but he is unable to hold on to it. Just wide, and it's kept in by the Marlboros at the point. That is Pangretich holding on to it. He tries to dump it in. He had an opportunity to shoot, but he elects to try to get it over to Bowie. Bowie, he's battling hard there, leaving it for DeCapo. Bowie cuts towards the net. Shot opportunity here. A good opportunity for Valentini to scoop it up from Bowie's cut to the point. Bert Wen, shot. A nice save there from Nolan. That puck is loose. Unable to see it, and that puck is sent down the ice, but there has a call on the play. We'll have to see what happens on this one. May be a penalty, but also may have been a high stick, maybe?
It looked like the ref outside the play did have his arm up for quite some time. I believe it'll be a boarding. Like you said, the camera's not its best quality today, but I think it'll be a boarding. We saw Barfoot throw a bigger hit down in the zone earlier in that sequence.
Yeah, and there was so much congestion out in front. I didn't even get to really see a good call of the referee there. You pointed it out there that he had his hand up in the air, so yes, it would be Barfoot for boarding in this one. Before this first period ends, the Marlboros will likely try to get that power play goal to even it up and get momentum back in their favor, carrying it up through the zone now. That's dropped over to Bowie. Bowie sends it over to the left side of the boards there. Fagliomeni had a chance there, but it goes back over to Bray. Bray, he waits. He gets it over to Bowie. Fagliomeni out in front. He's unable to reach the pad of Brady Noling. He'll send it around the boards. Unable to keep it in are the Marlboros, and it'll be sent down the length of the ice. Pierce Bowie will pick it up. Him and Valentini, an interesting duo bringing it up now because they are not the defenseman. Or not Valentini, my apologies. That was just Bowie. A big hit there late on Figliomeni. Adam Valentini and Bowie are on the left-hand side. That's cleared once again. Jude Bray will be the one to set it up now with the help of Weston Cameron. Valentini carrying it up through the ice now. Adam Valentini on his back, and he circles back, and he gets it over to Bray. Bray, Valentini. Valentini shot. Valentini over to the left-hand side, over to Bowie. Bowie on his backhand. He gets over to Bray. Brady. The Valentini shot. Shot scores! Figliomeni at the doorstep, and he ties this one up before the first period ends. A great goal from Figliomeni, set up by Adam Valentini.
And Adam Valentini employing the same play we saw earlier with the likes of Pierce Bowie. He throws it across instead of electing to shoot and throws it right onto the stick of Anthony Figliomeni. We've seen him really take a step up in this playoffs. He got a more increased role in the quarterfinals, and now on that #1 power play unit, they convert, and what a play that was from them. Great puck movement, all centered around Valentini, and that pass was just gorgeous.
An increased role and an increased chance to win this game as they likely end this period with a goal of their own, tying this one up before the Fat Lady sings in this first frame. We'll have to wait and see if there's any more action here. An abrupt end to the first period, but we're back. We are back here. Blake and Sammy are back here, and the Rangers and Marlboros are back to bring some action here in the second period. Bring up through the zone now are the Marlboros. It'll be called offside. Sammy, these two teams, they got a goal themselves, both each. What did you like from both teams' play in that first frame?
I liked the puck movement from the Toronto Marlboros once they were in the offensive zone. I thought they were moving a lot of passes throughout the zone efficiently. We saw them using everybody on that power play. Now, for the Rangers, I like their transition work, and I like their neutral zone play. They're doing a good job at taking the puck away from the Marlboros and intercepting passes and just making life hard for the Marlboros in transition. That's something that they're going to have to keep doing for one of the fastest teams in the league.
As you see there, a shot there against Noah Malvin is unable to be turned aside, or is able to be turned aside, my apologies. We'll have a whistle there and a stoppage in play.
And I'd like to see Tyler Challenger step up here for the Rangers. He's one of their key guys. He's a big power forward, and he uses his body efficiently, to create opportunities driving towards the net against a Marlboros team, which is indeed skillful, but a lot of their forwards are a little bit more undersized. Aside from guys like Weston Cameron, they are a little bit on the smaller side, so he can use that body to create opportunities against his coverages.
Centering pass there is almost met with a goal or a chance on Noah Malvin, but it's blocked aside. The Marlboros look to clear it out of the zone now. Rangers trying to keep it in the neutral zone, but they'll be unable to do so. That's Brand crashing towards the net of Brady Nolan. Brady Nolan unable to detect where the puck is, but it went into the corner, and it'll be scooped up by Jalen Lobo. Lobo throws it across the ice there. It'll be dumped back in to the Marlboro zone, potentially icing, and it will be icing. It will go back to Nolan, back at his end of the ice, as the Rangers will have to play some defense here.
Yeah, and the Rangers, they could be privy to what the Marlboros can do in the offensive zone. I talked about how their puck movement in the offensive zone was very efficient, very strong. The Marlboros, they haven't been able to get set up as much as they usually did in the regular season throughout the quarterfinals against the Rangers so far in this game and in Game 1. But once they do, they are very dangerous and very scary.
Dumped down the ice once more. I'm sure we'll be back with another face-off in Nolan's end. It'll just be to the left of him, I presume now, yes, the referee, indicating my presumption.
Your presumption is correct, as it generally is. And Nolan, we take a look at him. He has only allowed one goal in this game, but I like the way he's been playing. And it's something you don't notice, but he is very big, and he uses his body well to cover a lot of strong angles and move laterally across the net. And using that size is so big, as we see goalies getting bigger and bigger in the major leagues and in the more Junior A and CHL and what have you, the futures of hockey.
Definitely takes up a lot of surface area over there. Pi R squared That's something I learned there when I was taking math class there, the area of a circle. But he's not really a circle. He's more rectangular with how tall he is. In front there, centering pass there, talking to me about circles on the ice there, but we have a cylinder on the ice that we have to follow instead. Ryan Chamberlain wraps it around now for the Marlboros. He sends it back over to Caden Edwards. Caden Edwards behind the net tries to get it back towards him, but it's unable to be met. And the Rangers will try to get it out of the zone. A good opportunity there, and they'll be able to try to get it up over to Brady Smith, but Brady Smith's unable to get a stick on it, but he has it now. Brady Smith crashing in the zone. He passes it off to the right-hand side, but it's blocked on the rush opportunity here. And the Marlboros will look to create a rush of their own. Up on the left-hand side. Stop and go, but he wraps it around for Caden Edwards once again. Caden Edwards battling. He looks to center out in front. Valentini picks it up, but he's unable to hold on to it. But he picks it up again. Valentini. Shot. Saved by Noling. A nice job there to stop that aside there. The Rangers try to clear it out, but Edwards threw a body before the pass got across. Bray elects to try to keep it in, but the Rangers, they have an opportunity of their own. Shot. Just a bit wide. A nice save there by Malvin, blocking off that angle. Good job from both these goalies to make some key stops here in the start of this middle period.
Yeah, it was a great chance there from Brady Smith. We've seen he has that ability to absolutely rip the puck, and he almost unloaded one there.
A chance here once again is blocked aside by a Marlboros defenseman. Stepping up into the zone now, that is Brady Smith. He'll go off now. The Marlboros turn it the other way, trying to create something on their own. The Rangers get up to the center of the ice now. Breaking into the zone. That's Lobo who's unable to get a stick on that one. It will go back towards the other end, and the Marlboros will bring it up the end of the ice. We're going back and forth here. Each team getting opportunities on their own on the rush. It will be time will tell if they're able to capitalize on it. The Rangers bring it up, but it's intercepted by the Marlboros defense, and they'll turn it the other way. Nice hit there on the Marlboros defense, and they'll have it in the Rangers zone. They'll have to back check in this one. The Marlboros deep in the zone, and that'll be cleared out, tipped, and it won't be icing declared by the referee. Marvin will play it, and he'll get it over to Kukevez. Kukevez brings it up now, and he'll look to get it to Figliomeni. Figliomeni starting the rush here. He's got two guys on him. And those two guys, one of them gets the puck, and they'll have it in the Marlboro zone, but that will likely be declared a high stick. I was going to say potentially an offside, but that wouldn't make sense there. High stick does make sense.
High stick does make sense, and something that's making sense to me right now are the Rangers. They've done such a good job at pushing the puck up in the zone and really hemming the Marlboros on their half of the ice, and doing so, they got the power play, and so now they can really start feasting, really start moving the puck around, and start throwing pucks onto Noah Marvin.
Time to get the power play going. The first power play of the game, they'll look to convert in this one and extend the game to a 2-1 lead for the Rangers, but it's got to happen here. This face-off draw is crucial for their first power play, and they're able to win it right now. At the point now. Garrett gets it over to Brady Smith. Brady Smith passes it over out in front. That's Hotley's again! Charlie Hotley shoots and scores, and they're up 2-1. Hotley's is on fire.
You might say he is Hotley's as Charlie picks up his second goal of the game. Another smart play to drive towards the net. It was a great pass across from number 13, Brady Smith, and it was just a testament to what the Rangers can do in the offensive zone. He found Hotley's wide open in the slot, even lower than the slot, and he picked his spot. He ripped it. Efficient power play from the Rangers. Obviously a set play from the three from Garrett Smith and Hotley's, and they executed it to perfection. They're really riding hot right now, riding Hotley's, if you will, and their puck movement has been incredible.
Hotley's, this might be a bit of a stretch. Hot Wheels might be a nickname that we could give him here at the Six Hockey, because he's just been on fire, and he's getting them rolling in this game thus far. That power play did not last very long for the Rangers, but nevertheless, still capitalized on it. And now the Marlboros got some work to do to get back into this game. Pinned up against the boards now, the Marlboros looking to do so, get back in this game. Be kept in by Pangredich. Pangredich loses the puck, though. The Rangers trying to get it out of their zone. But it's turned over, picked up by Caden Edwards. Edwards turns it over himself, though, and the Rangers will look to turn it the other way. Breaking into the zone now, it's Brady Smith. My apologies, that's not Brady Smith. That is Jacob Bolche breaking into the zone. The 9-3 got into my head a little bit. That puck is turned on the side of the net there. It'll reach the Rangers player off the rebound and the carom on the side. Marlboros breaking through the neutral zone. They'll likely dump it in and go for a change. But Edwards maybe gives a thought to break into the zone, but he's unable to do so. And they're caught on a change here. The Rangers have a chance to throw shot on net there. Rebound in front. Marvin makes a sprawling save with the pad. Way to keep his team within one. Falling down there. DeBossi has a shot on Marvin, but he turns that aside, stops the play. Good job for Marvin to step up for 2 crucial saves.
An amazing couple saves there from Noah Marvin, and even the Rangers coaches could not believe it. You saw the assistant coach on the far side, close side to us here in the hat. We saw him put his hands on his heads in disbelief because it was such a great save from Marvin and such a strong chance from the Rangers. The Rangers have really putting the pressure on the Marlboros, who haven't been able to keep up with the puck movement that North York has been providing at them.
Bowie swam into the zone. My apologies. Prask at the point there. Noling out in front. He's down an open net there for Bowie to capitalize. He had Brady Noling beat there, and he had an opportunity to get the second goal of the game, but he was unable to convert. Just fanning on that one. In close. Lobo bringing it into the zone. I'm sorry. That is Lobo. So many names on the Rangers confused me for some reason today. The Marlboros aren't confused, though. They are looking for a goal to get back in this game as they go for a line change. Streaming towards the net, that was Valentini, but that puck will be set out of play, and the referees will pick up that puck and declare where it will be dropped.
And a decent response here from the Marlboros. It was Bowie just inches away from tying it up at 2. And once again, it was Valentini and Bowie connecting. We saw the Marlboros bench. They thought they had one. It was Frasca we saw jump up. Chamberlain and Newton jumped up, but they couldn't capitalize. It was Pierce Bowie. Didn't get all of that on the shot, but encouraging from the Marlboros that they're not getting too discouraged by the second period goal scored once again by Charlie Hotleys.
Only around 8 minutes to go here in the second period. Marlboros trying to get that goal like Sammy said. Shot there, stopped by Noling. Just went high and around the boards, and it'll be sent back over to Kukevas at the point. Kukevas shoots it, but it's very wide, just a bit outside of the net of Brady Noling. The Rangers carry it up through the zone now, ticking, trying to get a goal of their back again. But that puck will be sent along the right corner, or left corner, my apologies. Kukevas dumps it out of the zone, sends it sky high into the Ranger zone. It'll be waved off, and it won't even reach the end of the ice. That will reach the end of the ice, though, and we'll go to the other end of the ice, a lot of ends of ice, but we'll put an end to this call here, and I'll throw it over to Sammy. I think you have something you want to say.
I do have something I want to say, and you talked about how it was going end to end, and that's exactly how this game has been going. It's just been an end-to-end game. It's been like we're watching a 4-on-4 or 3-on-3, the way these guys just move the puck up and down the ice. I did mention earlier the Rangers, they did do a good job at shutting down the Marlboros in the neutral zone and shutting the transition down. But nonetheless, the Marlboros have now found a way to keep it moving, and the Rangers, they'll break into an offensive zone in a split second, in the snap of a finger, and that's how they've employed their offensive strategy throughout this whole season.
They'll likely try to employ that even further into this game now. The Rangers, though, have it into zone and a chance here for the Marlboros to get something going here. He drops that back. Shot on net there is just a bit wide. Noling didn't really have to compete for that one. The Rangers will try to bring it up the ice now and start one of their own back and forth now here in game 2. The opportunity here is coming. Break out in front for Bowie. Bowie back in forehand. Nice save by Noling. He gets the rebound. Good save there from Brady Noling. Jake DeCapo came streaming in for the rebound, but 2 great saves to keep this at 2-1.
That's right, and I can understand how Bowie, he might be frustrated he hasn't put one in the back of the net the way he has been generating offense. He's had 2 golden opportunities. He had that backdoor opportunity from the stick of Valentini earlier, and now that breakaway with a nice move, but he couldn't fool Noling. Credit to Noling. But Bowie, he's got to be happy with the way he's at least thrown stuff on net. He is so close to scoring, and the way he's playing, I'd be shocked if he doesn't pick up at least a point. If he just keeps this going, he needs to just keep throwing things on net, not get discouraged. And what an offensive performance we've seen from Bowie as we've gotten used to seeing this season.
especially in the last round. His offensive prowess dismantled Markham Majors, and he'll look to try to dismantle the Rangers in this second game of the semifinals. He really beat Matthew Humphreys multiple times in that series, Sammy. We were stunned to see how good Pierce Bowie was.
We were, and Humphreys was playing so well as well. Like, I believe Bowie could have had dozens of goals in that series. It was Humphreys who made a couple key saves in every single game. But, I mean, they won the first game 7-3 and the second game 7-3. They were unbelievable, and it all came with the hands of Pierce Bowie, who was just throwing everything he had on Humphreys, as he's done onto Noling tonight.
They'll line up just in front of the Marlboros bench. Callum Newton will lose the draw and will be sent into the Marlboros end, though, as they'll have it deep here with Jude Bray trying to keep it in. He'll be unable to keep it in, though, and the Rangers will look likely turn it the other way. Nice job there from Smith to try to reach the center of the ice there, ripping that one right by. We saw his passing that led to the second goal of the game from the Rangers, but he was unable to convert on that one there. The Rangers on the right side of the ice now. It's picked up by the Marlboros, but they'll clear it down the length of the ice. But no icing, though. This time it was too slow of a clear. Good job from the Marlboros to kill some time. The Rangers, though, they have an opportunity here, but all alone, bringing it up through the ice now. Teammates' help was a little bit too late for the Rangers, but they still have the puck into the zone now. Stepping on the ice now with Barfi. You'd think he wants to get a goal of his own, as his goal led the Marlboros to get their first goal of the season, or of the game, on the power play. Deep into the zone now, the Rangers trying to convert. Up against the left side of the boards now, trying to keep it in is Jack Simon up against the board there. Frosca trying to clear it out, and the Marlboros are able to get it out, go for a change, at least on the defensive side. But it will be an icing, though. My apology, I didn't quite see that with the camera angle on that one.
And it seems like this game has been so puck tilty. And what I mean by that is that it's just been one team kind of generating the load of the offense, the bulk of the offense for a couple minutes, then the next team does it, then the next team, and rinse and repeat. We've seen a couple flurries where it's just been neutral zone play, but throughout this period it's been a lot more succinct momentum shifts, and it was the Marlboros for a while, but now the Rangers, they're starting to cook.
They are starting to cook, and they're trying to extend their lead even further in this one. Really dominating the Marlboros in this middle frame. They'll dump it into the zone. Marvin nabs it down, but he'll leave it over to Zhang. Zhang tries to hit Pangretich. Pangretich hits over to Figliomeni, and now the top line of the Marlboros, or one of their top lines, is out on the ice. Now Brand throws it into the corner with Weston Cameron and Figliomeni helping him out. Figliomeni drops it over to Weston Cameron. Weston Cameron out in front trying to find Caden Brand, but he's unable to do so. Good stick to break that pass up there. The Rangers will like to try to convert something on their own. Marvin behind the net playing the puck. Leaving it for his defenseman. He rips it around the boards. The Marlboros will likely dump that in the puck sky high in the air, but the Rangers pick it up with a nice catch there from Ashcroft.
Yeah, nice hit thrown there from Anthony Figliomeni onto Ashcroft. We're seeing the Marlboros employ a little bit more physicality in their game against a big Rangers team.
Big Rangers team. The Big Rangers team are up 2-1 with just a shadow of 4 minutes in the second period. Falling down there, maybe losing his breath there. He'll go right to the bench. That is a big hit there from the Rangers. Shot opportunity here, just wide. He had all the time in the world there to convert on that one. Marvin didn't even have to compete on that one. He stretched his blocker out, but it was way wide. That puck is sent over to the right-hand side, and it looks like the Rangers will have another opportunity to get on that. It's a 2-on-1 opportunity. He shoots it, but it's just wide and turned aside on the boards there. They'll still have possession in the zone. A little bit of an errant play there. I see you shaking your head. That's not what you would have done.
Yeah, and two things about that play, but we'll start with the 2-on-1. 2-on-1, if you're going to go for the shot, you better hit the net. You better go for at least either picking a corner or going for the rebound. He did neither there, missing the net. That's a wasted opportunity from the Rangers. But we saw that play all start because of a broken stick. And my brother always told me, watch the broken sticks, because the broken stick always comes into play, as it did there. It was the Marlboros falling over that created the odd man rush.
The broken stick will always stick into the play no matter what. As breaking through the zone now, that is Kukevas. Kukevas throws it on net there. So it scores! A good opportunity thrown out of nothing, but it is number 24, Caden Edwards, who scores the goal after Kukevich just lofted into the zone, but it hits the stick of Edwards. And you know what? They have a 2-2 game now.
And like I said with the goals earlier in the play, I talked about Hotley's first goal, and I mentioned how you got to just throw things towards the net. You got to put shots towards the goaltender if you want to score in the playoffs. You can't score as many of those highlight real goals that we've seen all season. There it was just a bit of an errant play, a bit of a regular standard play where it's just thrown in by Kukevich, but Caden Edwards does a good job to get a stick on it, put it home, and tie this game up once again fairly late in the period.
A goal out of thin air, and we're back into a competitive, tied-up game in the late parts of this middle frame. The Rangers will try to get a goal back here, breaking into the zone. Ulysses Lombardi tries to start something up for the Rangers in the corner now. Zhang pressing him up against the boards. Zhang is unable to keep it in or get that one out, though, as the Rangers still have it, but they'll throw an errant pass, and they'll have to clear out and restart. Throwing up against the right side of the boards now. Good block there, I believe, by Jude Bray to break that puck up, and he'll break that one up, but the referee will break this play down and stop it in play here. I think that puck might have gone out of play, potentially?
It looks like it may have gone out of play, but nonetheless, Jude Bray, we've talked about him all throughout the playoffs, and he has been the number one guy for the Marlboros. He lays down the body, he puts his own body on the line, and he creates offense.
He does create offense. He's definitely the number one defenseman on this team. Without him, the Marlboros aren't able to achieve the greatness that they're trying to achieve in this playoffs. That is, trying to go all the way to the end of the line, the eternal glory, even extend it further to the OHL Cup.
Yeah, and he just plays with such a confidence and such leadership in the way he plays on the ice. He's constantly back, putting his body on the line. He's constantly sticking up for his teammates, making those first passes, generating the breakouts. And he's the type of guy that every team is lucky to have. In the Marlboros, they've been utilizing him to perfection throughout this playoffs. He, aside from maybe Pierce Bowie and Adam Valentini, was really the guy that we noticed and talked about the most throughout the major series.
You could say he's a part of the big three for the Marlboros in there. But as Kendrick Lamar once said, blank the big three is just big me. Sometimes that's what Bray does, liking to bring the puck up through the ice, trying to do it on his own. And sometimes those are good opportunities to try to create.
Actually, I'm glad you mentioned that, because to that saying, he says blank the big three, it's just big me. But for him, I think the big me is the Marlboros. The way he plays is so team-oriented, and the way he controls the pace of the offense and the defense is all for the pursuit of winning and all for the pursuit of happiness, if you will.
Good. Very, very good. And as we were saying earlier, we were talking about how personality comes more at the forefront for some scouts when they're looking for players. Sure, Bray has some good skill, but like you mentioned, the big me is the big team, and that's what he likes to do. That's why he creates those opportunities. He doesn't do it for the sake of being selfish. He does it because he sees an opening. He sees an opportunity. That's when the coach is like, take it, because if you see an opening, you can create those opportunities out of thin air, and that is why he is on the big three for this team. The Rangers trying to win this draw here, get one last chance here as there's less than 30 seconds in this middle frame. Valentini will look to clear this one out, though. It hit off a teammate's body, and he'll carry it into the zone now. The Marlboros maybe one last chance, but though the Rangers get a stick on that one, likely trying to dribble this one out, maybe get one more shot on Marvin, breaking towards the net here. He had a teammate with him, throwing it out in front. A nice slap shot for the point there, but no goes on that one. It looks like this period will come to an end. It is 2-2 in the third period. 15 minutes, let's go. Actually, less than 15 minutes ago, as the puck is dropped in this one. The Toronto Marlboros and the North York Rangers have been neck and neck. One of the most contested games we've seen throughout this entire playoffs, coming in the semifinals. What a better time for some great hockey. It's Blake and Sammy still in this one, bringing you some great hockey. We're enjoying it in the booth, and I'm sure you're enjoying it on your screen.
Yeah, and I'm enjoying it. That is absolutely a correct assumption from Blake Hanlon, because like I said at the start of the game, these are two of the most explosive teams in the entire GTHL. I mean, perhaps the two most complete rosters, aside from perhaps the Vaughan Kings, but these teams are just so good at hockey, and this has been great hockey to watch. It's just been back and forth, hustle, 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 And Charlie Hotleys has had himself a game. He has 2 goals in this one on the hat trick.
We've been talking a lot of puns about Charlie Hotleys, but your hustle there, Charlie Hustle, you could even say, for Charlie Hotleys. He's been really giving it his all in this one. The Rangers will likely try to give it all, though. They've been dictating the first goal of each period. They'll likely try to get one here early on in the 3rd period to lead the way for the rest of the game. It is Brand carrying it in the zone now with help from Figliamendi and Weston Cameron, but he elects to shoot it right on Noling. Noling stops that with ease. Marlboros still keep it into the zone now. Off to the left-hand side, Brand tries to keep it in, and Zhang has it at the point. Shot on the right-hand side there is turned aside by Noling from the point. Deep into the zone now of the Rangers. And Marlboros still trying to keep it in. Weston Cameron is unable to keep it in, though. Actually, he does. A great job there from Captain Weston. And knocking down a player as well. He's doing it all out there. Zhang keeps it in at the blue. Blue shot from the point there. Is still captained by the Marlboros. Up against the blue line here. Carrying it is Figliamendi. No offside there. Very, very close. A lot of players throwing their hands up in the air on the Rangers bench, and the Rangers finally clear it out, and they'll change up the bench a little bit, getting some fresh legs out there on the ice. The Marlboros deep into the zone. A shot on net there. Nice blocker save there from Brady Noling. That save will now lead the other way for the Rangers. The Rangers stop and go situation here. Carrying the puck. Shot there, nabbed by Noah Malvin. Smothering that one up with his glove. Put it in the trapper.
Yeah, that's right. Marvin with the first shot against him this period. I love this start from the Toronto Marlboros. Moving the puck around, laying the body. Number 17, Weston Cameron. He really was effective on that shift. Like you said, doing it all, but they're going to have to keep doing it all if they want to put another one past Noling. Noling has looked so solid throughout this series, throughout this game, and throughout this season. But hand it over to the Marlboros. They have one of the most effective offenses. So if anyone can do it, it would be the Toronto Marlboros.
Toronto Marlboros will have to try to beat Brady, but Brady knows what's best in this one. He's been playing phenomenal thus far. And he has to be phenomenal here, making a shot there from a Jude Bray attempt. Pardon me, that was not Jude Bray. That was number 55, Callum Newton, mixing up the fives there. Deep into the zone now. Very beautiful breakout pass here, and the Rangers will get an opportunity here, but they don't have enough space. Center out in front, trying to beat Noah Malvin. A good pass there. It was unable to get through from the pass of Jacob Boltje. Jacob Boltje has been getting some bolting pucks towards the net. And the center out in front, a shot there, stopped by Noah Malvin. Just wide, will circle him around the boards. The Marlboros trying to get it out, but the Rangers will still hold on. But this one will likely get out here. Fanning on it, my apologies, a little bit early, but Edwards will bring it up himself through the zone, trying to get Valentini, but Noling, a good job to stop it. It actually will be icing, even though Noling came out of his net there.
Yeah, that's an interesting call. I mean, we've talked about it before. When it's no-touch icing, the goalie coming out doesn't affect it too much. But there, it seemed like a little bit of a rushed call as Valentini. He would have been there, I believe, had Noling not come out to play. But nonetheless, a face-off opportunity for the Rangers, and they've turned it around since the start of this period. Not to say that they were being overwhelmed, but it was a good start from the Marlboros, and once again, just a demonstration of how this game has just gone back and forth through the pendulum of momentum.
Pendulum of momentum for sure. Sometimes it comes out of nowhere, like a lot of things in life. They come out of nowhere. As the Marlboros try to create something out of nowhere, falling down though, unable to keep the puck in the zone. A bunch of players out there on the ice in the zone of Brady Noling. The players on both teams' bench are kind of confused of what's happening. The referees are keeping the whistles in their pocket, and we're kind of expecting that as well in this game, or we weren't expecting that in this game as well, as a nice move there is turned aside there. The referees kind of have to have better calling and expectations in the playoffs.
Yeah, and when I was a player, I actually did like when the players kind of the referees, put their whistles away. It allowed the game to just be the game. The refs didn't have as much of an influence, and it changes the way that you play the game. It changes the way you throw the body around, because you don't have that fear of taking a stick infraction or a roughing. When the referees put their whistles away and just only call the detrimental and really egregious things, it allows the game to be more pure. And from a hockey player standpoint, I love it.
Pure instinct as well. Hockey players do like when the referees aren't really involved, but sometimes when penalties and infractions are occurring on the ice, they're the judge has to come out and lay the gavel down.
That's right, and it depends on the situation. If it's something, like I said, egregious, definitely you don't want to see anyone get hurt. But for a game that has shifted and evolved to a very power play dominant play, especially as we see more and more in the NHL, it's been a lot more about driving towards the power play, similar how a lot of NBA players will drive for the free throws. So it's interesting what the game has evolved to, but right now it's just good old-fashioned hockey. We've seen a lot of hustle, and with a good amount of time left in this period, we'll see these guys' legs really start to go and burning every last amount of energy in the tank.
Overtime also may be in the foresight in this one as we're still knotted up in the third period here, breaking past the 10-minute mark. It's only a matter of time we're past double digits. They could easily go to that extra time. The Weston Cameron shot there is just wide of Brady Nolan. Got a little bit of a stick on the Rangers player there. The Marlboros keep it in the zone, though. Shot from near the blue line is a little bit high and wide. That was Brand who ripped that one by. Getting knocked down, though, was Caden Brand there. That was number 77, Bonomo. Throwing the body once more, Sammy.
Yeah, we talked about it earlier in this game. Bonomo, he really can throw his weight around, really shift it, and that can be scary to play against. You know, you don't want to cut in towards the middle if you know a big number 77 is going to drop the shoulder and absolutely smoke you, as the kids like to say. And so I think if he can use it effectively and not get any penalties, he can be a number 1 D for the Rangers.
And you know what? We talked about it earlier. Bonomo, physicality is really a strong part of his game. And when he throws that body around, when he just comes in, Valentini coming in there, having a good chance to get Twine past Brady Nolan. The Rangers will likely try to bring it out. But as I was just saying, finish my thought here, Bonomo is just so physical, and he knows how to lay the body. He knows when to come at the right time, and that's why he's one of the best players on the Rangers.
Yeah, when he comes in for the hit, you know it's going to be explosive. So you know you have to get out of the way, or else you'll just get like a rain of terror.
A reign of terror indeed, and it looks like the Marlboros are trying to get a reign of terror here. They had Valentini up close. He wraps around. A nice save from Brady Nolan. Goodness gracious me. Another save there from Brady Nolan. He stepped up. He's stopping the reign of terror. He is being Father Nature.
Father Nature indeed, shutting down a huge play. And now the Rangers, they got to use that as momentum, really score a goal or at least get momentum on their side for Nolan.
As Marlboros defenseman got knocked down there, and it looks like the Rangers will bring it up through zone. Maybe momentum on their side after some big hits and great saves from Brady Nolan. Carrying it up through, that's Lobo. Lobo throws out in front there. Miles makes a good save. Rebound out in front. Getting it around. He shoots. He scores. Charlie Hotleys tucks that one home, and he has a 3-2 lead for the Rangers, the hat trick hero in this third period.
Hotleys with the hat trick. A beautiful, once again, playoff-style goal, just crashing the net of Marvin, so much so that the net came off its pegs. But this time, the goal is not disallowed. The Rangers got to be happy because they've seen that so many times really hinder their play. But they score that third goal after the net comes off its pegs. What a goal from Hotleys. What an amazing play after it was Brady Nolan, that made the stop in the back end. A flurry of saves that really shifted the momentum over to the Rangers side. Marvin, I had his name on the brain because he made a great first save there, but of course was not able to stop the absolutely hot Charlie Hotleys.
I was actually going to note that Hotleys could have easily, when he received that pass and that rebound from Marvin's initial save, he could have just ripped that one. Just throw it out in front, just sake of shooting, maybe just try to be presumptive on that shot. But he easily could have just ripped that one home. But you know what? He stayed patient, Sammy, and sometimes patience is a virtue.
Patience is absolutely a virtue in this game. Just kind of waiting to take that shot, waiting to take your opportunity. We've seen it a lot throughout teams like the Vaughan Kings. A guy who really excels at it is number 71, Ben Bowen. He does a good job at just waiting and holding to take the perfect shot, and that is very effective in this kind of game where if a goalie gets out of position, that's when you strike, and we see that from the Rangers often as well, and we've seen them utilize that in their game.
Ben Bowen is certainly a player that has grown into his role on the Vaughan Kings and has really struck on his opportunity to play with guys like Alessandro Duran, and now he's flourished and become just as good of a player and the Rangers have really flourished in this opportunity they've been given to themselves against a top team in the Marlboros who have such star-studded talent. And you know what? They're matching them. You could even say they're outplaying them in this series as they're up 3-2 here in the second period. It's been a phenomenal game. It's been Charlie Hotley's leading the way. He has taken advantage of his opportunity in this game. You know what? He is not a guy that we were really looking out for. Of course, there's Ulysses Lombardi. There is Colin Eshwagogan, who's also a very good player on the back, and Cameron Warren, Tyler Challenger, Brady Smith, you name it. But Charlie Hotley's wasn't on our mind, but you know what? He's on our mind now with 3 goals in this one.
Yeah, and he's probably on the Marlboros' mind. I mean, the Marlboros, their next team meeting might be about containing Hotley's or at containing the offense of the Rangers. They already, like you said, had the task on their hand of stopping Smith, stopping Challenger, Lombardi, Balchi, just to name 4 players on the Rangers that can get things going. Now they have to guard Charlie Hotley's with the same level of intensity. So the Marlboros, they're going to have to find a way to respond. They're going to have to answer with the only way, or pardon me, the most efficient way they know how, and that is the offense.
Offense is definitely their best strong point of their team, and they'll have to continue to do so here and find a solution to all their problems in this game. But they've still been into this game throughout, but they still want this game, my apologies, because going down 2-0 could be detrimental not just to a team facing elimination, but it's definitely something to look out for as a narrative in the media that can also affect you even further in this one. They'll have to be superheroes and not be down and have some upbringing spirits in the late frame in this game.
Yeah, they'll have to tap into those extra abilities, right? Those abilities that not everybody has, the intangibles that make you a better player, you know, just the tenacity, the forefront of just knowing where the puck's going to be, making the smart plays, making the high IQ plays that you see a lot of like second-year players in this league utilize, and you see a lot of guys that will go the distance in their careers utilize.
As that puck will go off of Marlboro stick, but it will still be icing as it was before. Actually, my apologies. I believe the referee was wrong on that. Yeah, I mean, hey, call me crazy, but I think that was just objectively wrong. But either way, I don't control the game. The referees do. But nevertheless, there will be a stoppage to play at Nolling's end, but it should have been potentially in the Marlboro's end.
And now maybe that could be a turning point. We like to say that the refs, they didn't get involved as much in this game. They've done a pretty good job at putting their whistles away, but perhaps a chance here for the Marlboros and one of their biggest lines coming out in Bowie, Valentini, and Figliomeni.
Definitely putting the whistles away, maybe at the wrong time there. As the backhand is on Nolling, but he recovers well. That puck is loose in front, but it comes to the stick of the Rangers. Rangers dump it in, and they'll leave it for Marvin. Marvin will come out of the net, and he'll dump it out of his own zone, trying to reach the stick of Caden Brand. Caden Brand led the way into the Rangers zone now with the help of his line mates of Pierce Bowie and that's Jake DeCapo. Bowie has it on the left-hand side now. Over to Bray at the point. Bray gets it over to Frosca. Bray, once again, Bray shot. Blocked out in front. Shot there from Brand on a short angle there. Can't get by Brady Nolan, but it'll be kept by the Marlboros, still in the Rangers' end.
Yeah, and you could see the confusion from us here in the booth. We talked about Bowie being out there with Valentini or maybe potentially Cameron, but Bowie is now out there with DeCapo and Brand, so they're really switching up the lines here. This is a line combination we're not so much used to here at the Six Hockey, so I think the Marlboros, they're trying to operate on a different level, maybe try to get a different combo of guys going, see what will work, because down 1 goal, they got to try some new things and see what sticks. Throw some spaghetti on the wall, see if it sticks.
Do you see that as desperation, or do you just see potentially double shifting their top players like Bowie and Valentini just to get them as much ice time as they can?
I see it as the latter, because you see just now we saw Bowie, he just came off, right? He just had a long shift. He's already there right next to Kaison Wang, ready to go on the ice. So they're going to tighten up the lines a little bit, try to throw different combos on, because they're going to be not so much in desperation mode right now, but they're just in score now mode, because they know the Rangers can do a good job at closing out a game, and the Rangers can strike if they make any wrong moves. So we'll likely see Valentini out there a lot. We'll see Cameron out there a lot, and we will see Bowie out there a lot.
The top guys are going to have to perform as Ryan Chamberlain comes into the zone now. Haven't seen him too much in this game so far. Bray keeps it in. Bray's shot is blocked once again. The Rangers trying to clear it out. They're looking to range rove to the end of this game now, trying to cruise to victory. That is Barfoot in the zone now. He has Pankratich pushing up against him. Going for a change, and a much-needed change for the Rangers. Fresh bodies at the ice. Let's go play some defense. Trying to gizzle this one up now on the left-hand side. The Marlboros up against the boards now, trying to generate a goal. Centering pass over to Weston Cameron. He didn't get enough on that one, and he sends it wide of the pad of Brady Nolan. He has a chance once again, but he gets stopped by the Rangers defense at the point. Frosco rips it, but that will be out of play, out of play. Don't know why I said it twice there. I meant to say out of play, out of bounds, but it will be a stoppage in play, and it will be a face-off in the Rangers zone.
Maybe you said it twice because that was a shot twice as hard as we have seen all game from Frosca. He has that strength, he has that size, and he really stepped into that one. And that was a great key moment for the North York Rangers and Noling, doing a good job at not allowing any pressure there to kind of overwhelm them and get out of position. So now a big-time face-off and a big-time face-off win there from the Rangers.
Thank you for validating my mistake, Sammy. It definitely was a rip from Frosca. He loves to shove that puck down into the zone there, whether it is a shot on net or just getting it deep into his opposing team's zone. He loves to get that puck off his stick in a hurry. They're trying to get a goal in a hurry there, as that will be called offside. There is not much time. I believe less than 2 minutes. It's a 1:53 left here in the third period, Sammy. Do you see the Marlboros potentially go into a timeout at some point soon?
I think they should call one soon. I think they'll maybe wait till they have the chance to pull Marvin. So if they can get an offensive zone face-off, maybe draw a penalty, or just get a good cycle going within the Rangers zone, get the puck behind Noling, that's when they'll employ that. So I might see a little bit of desperation just to get a puck on the net from the Marlboros here, just so they can reset and set up.
Looking for a stoppage in play as time is of the essence there, as a timeout may not only pull Marvin, but will allow the Marlboros to set something up here. It looks like Frosca will try to bring it into the zone to get a shot and an opportunity there, but it's off the body of Valentini falling down. A nice job from the Rangers, get the puck out of the way there, be sent down the ice, and they already pulled the goalie. Marvin is out of the net, folks, and you know what? Not only that, they have the puck in the zone. I think timeout is probably coming, Sammy.
Yeah, that's right. So we thought they would wait till they have possession, as I'm going to say is honestly probably the smarter play. They didn't really have control of it in the offensive zone. I think they were a little bit hasty pulling at the goalie there, because that was a good dump in from the Rangers. They'll take the icing because they were being a little bit pressured. But if that was in the net, the game is over. So now they'll call the timeout. They got to get something set up. They'll likely filter it through Valentini or Bowie, and I think they'll maybe have Valentini play the quarterback, or they might throw him on the side for the shot, and then Bowie we often see on this close side near the benches ready to one-timer it.
We'll have to see what they draw up here, but definitely Pierce, Bowie, and Adam Valentini are the guys they're looking for. I would like to see Jude Bray on the quarterback of this next play here, though.
He will certainly – I mean, I'd be shocked if Jude Bray wasn't on, because we've seen him line up with both Frasca and Valentini on the power play. But we did see the pass from Valentini in that kind of shot, that Alex Ovechkin area, office area, be utilized earlier. So we'll see what they do here. I'm interested to see whether he does quarterback it or just play the defensive role. And with 6 people, he might be shifted over, and they might throw someone else down there, but we'll take a look.
It will be Cameron, Valentini, Figliarmeni, Brand, and Bray, and I believe that's Frosk out there on the ice. No, my apologies. No Pierce Bowie out there on the ice.
That's interesting to me. Bowie must be waiting to push on. Maybe they're trying to split it up, but Bowie, he hasn't been able to convert on his chances as well as normally today, so perhaps he's just catching a breather.
A good job there, a nice block. The Rangers bench is in uproar. They're trying to kill this game off and end it off with a bang. The Marlboros trying to tie it up, force it to overtime. Valentini carries it into the zone. On his forehand, he circles back and gets it over to Bray at the point. Bray's shot wide there. Nice save from Nolan to get a blocker on it and set it dead. And the Rangers are trying to set it dead. They're trying to knock them out. A shot there. He shoots and scores. Jacob Bolchi. That is the nail in the coffin. They knocked the Marlboros dead in this Game 2 matchup.
And Bolchi letting the team know, hey, it's not just Charlie Hotleys that can score. He puts one in. He sets, like you said, the nail in the coffin. And the Marlboros in a sticky situation now, down by 2 and about to be down by 2 in this series.
They are certainly down 2. They're going to be down 2 with 40 seconds left. They'll have to bring their A game in game 3, but it'll be the Rangers up 2-1, facing, making the Marlboros face elimination. Definitely something we weren't expecting in this series.
Yeah, and something we weren't expecting on that power play, Pierce Bowie. He was on the bench, and we saw him sitting down. I had a look during their cycle where he might be, and we saw him fixing his equipment. Perhaps there was something that was nagging him. As he's now at the front now, we see him next to Kaison Wang. I wonder if someone will be pulled off to replace him, but just odd that they're one of their best players wouldn't be on the ice.
It'll actually be the Rangers calling a timeout now. I saw the coach there giving the tee, making sure, hey, let's draw something up. Let's make sure the Marlboros aren't able to get a goal in this one. Although it may be delaying the inevitable, it might not particularly be necessary to call a timeout. Nevertheless, it's still a timeout that they call, trying to have that extra insurance. Great coaching from the Rangers head coach.
Yeah, and it just gives Noling a breather, because he has faced a lot of shots here in the third period, and he's done an amazing job at shutting the door. As you see, he's getting some love from his teammates there. He's done a really good job at making himself look big, not overreacting, not panicking. And I still got to say, Blake, I'm just shocked that Bowie is just only coming on now. He wasn't put on for that shift there. He looks to be maybe favoring a leg there, so we'll keep an eye on that. But it's just shocking that their likely best performer in the playoffs so far was not employed on that pivotal 6-on-4.
Must be an external factor at play, but as you mentioned, there's no panic in the Rangers. They're just playing safe. No panic at the Disco tonight. Valentini tries to beat his defender off the draw, but it'll go back to Bray anyway. Bray battling up against the boards. The Rangers trying to hold on. Marlboros still have possession in the zone now. That's Brand up against the boards now. He'll get help. Trying to get a last opportunity here are the Marlboros. The Marlboros, one last chance, over to Froska at the point. Froska rips it. Saved there by Noling. He stops that one dead in his tracks. A good save there out in front. This will likely be the last face-off coming up to play here.
And barring a literal miracle, Blake, I just have to say what a game it was from Noling, as it was Valentini. He took a penalty there trying to get the rebound, digging in on Brady Noling. What a game for Noling, and now it really seems like cat out of the bag. This will be another win for the Rangers, one that they capitalize and close out late.
Certainly, if the 2-goal lead and the empty net goal from Bolchi wasn't an indication that this game was over, it is now with Valentini. They'll likely just drop this puck off, and the final will likely be 4-2. We'll have to wait and see, though, if a miracle, like Sammy says, but it will be the Rangers dribbling this one out, ending this one, passing it around, and they'll go to the locker room up 2-0 in this semifinal series, up 2-0 against a very highly touted Marlboros team, and we'll bring you some more after.
Welcome back to the studio. A Game 2 victory for the North York Rangers. A victory where they scored 4 goals opposed to the Marlboros 2. It's Blake and Sammy once more. A great game. But now the Marlboros, they weren't expected to be in this situation of facing elimination against the Rangers, but now they are.
They are, and now they're in a tough spot. The offense hasn't exploded in the way that we thought it would, and it's the Rangers offense that has exploded. They've been using every member of the team to just create offense, to create opportunities, and not one superstar has led the way. It's been a combined team effort, and they have looked very tremendous in this series.
Combined team effort indeed from both these teams, and that's what you have to do. You have to play as a team, but we have to single out 3 guys. Who are they?
Well, I said it was a team effort, but what I mean by that is everyone can be the hero on any given night. Tonight it was Charlie Hotleys. My goodness, Charlie Hotleys. What do you put in that cereal? Some superpowers? Because you looked hot out there. I don't even know what people do to gain superpowers, but Charlie Hotleys, he had a superpower tonight. He looked phenomenal. He scored 3 goals, a hat trick in the playoffs, in the semifinals, to push another team to the brink of elimination. Come on. Can't ask anything better than that. Secondly, you know who I liked? I liked Brady Noling. Noling once again shut the door. Brady Noling has earned that top tier level status as a goaltender in this league. He made a couple key saves on the likes of Valentini and Bowie and just got the job done. He kept it low. If you keep your team to only allowing 2 goals, you're putting a team like the Rangers in a good spot because they can get the offense to counter that. Finally, countering the Rangers was Caden Edwards. He looked phenomenal in this game. Once again, a solid neutral zone presence, solid in the corners, and he picked up a couple points as well.
Yeah, good job from the Rangers. Those 2 players are clearly the reason why they won in this one. A legacy performance from Hotley's Trivago. Who knows, but you know what? He performed tonight. And for the Marlboros, not their best effort. What do they got to bring for game 3?
The thing that is unfortunate for the Marlboros is that, like game 1, they were right in it until the very end. But at a certain point, moral victories only get you so far. At this point, it's do or die. You know, they're against elimination. They have to just have that sense of urgency that we didn't see until it was too late for them. They have to have that from the get-go in game 3.
All right, well, we'll have to go into game 3, and I hope you guys are excited, as we are here at the 6 Hockey. It's an elimination game, potentially, for the Toronto Marlboros, but they'll look to extend their season more, but the Rangers might have something to say about it. We'll bring you game 3 soon.
Nice move there from the Oreo. Kodrak shoots, scores!